Ang susunod na programa ay rated SPG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang dahil sa mga sensitibong tema at eksena na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
We will explore the real and relevant issues about sexuality, intimacy, relationship, and mental health. Is there a thing as sexual anxiety that will cause problems later on to your sexual function?
Well, yun na, being psychophysiological siya, minsan our emotional state, mood state could really affect the way we carry out that act, no? The sexual act. Masturbation, as we would know it, no? There's nothing wrong with that. To stimulate oneself, no? Given that na a sexual act is supposedly pleasurable, not just to the partner, but to the self as well.
We look inside the most powerful sex organ we have.
The brain.
Oh yes, because it controls everything, di ba?
Yes.
Kaya di ba, well, you know what they say, mind over matter.
Good evening. Welcome to Naked Minds. I'm Dr. Joseph Lee here again. We will explore the real and relevant issues about sexuality, intimacy, relationship, and mental health.
And I'm Dr. Avellanosa. Tonight, we'll look inside the most powerful sex organ we have.
The brain.
People often think sex is about hormones or physical attraction, but really, the brain is the biggest player.
Okay? Every kiss, every heartbeat, it all starts in the brain.
Oh yes, because it controls everything, di ba?
Yes.
Kaya di ba, well, you know what they say, mind over matter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something actually happening in our brains when we feel attracted to people, you feel the attraction or desire, di ba? So Joseph, refresh my memory. What's going on in our heads when we see someone we like? Like muna ha? Oo.
I get excited. Your hormone starts to pick up. Do you feel warm? No? You feel, parang
Magsisikret ka na eh.
nagsisikret. Magsikret siya.
Magsisikret ka
Hormones,
na.
oo. Yeah, qualify natin
Hormones,
ha.
ikaw
Baka
naman. Easy.
Then, the hormone starts to go up and the rest will follow, diba?
Oh, yes.
Like, of course, like this one, you have your dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical, gives us the rush or excitement and reward. Siguro yun ang unang feeling ko, yung tinanong mo ako, diba? Parang happy ako, excited
Kilig.
ako, kilig. Oo.
Excitement.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you still have your oxytocin, the bonding hormone which is released during orgasm, touch, and eye contact.
Oo, dapat tinginan pa lang
Oo.
makuha ka na sa tingin.
Yun, tapos yung mga touchy dyan. Meron na
Kasama
pala
na
may
yun.
mild orgasm na, no?
Yes.
Then, of course, your serotonin, which is the mood or satisfaction regulator, too little of which can dampen desire. Okay. Your norepinephrine, which triggers arousal and focus, raising the heartbeat of attraction. And of course, your famous endorphins, which is a natural painkillers that heightens pleasure and emotional closeness. And your GABA or gamma aminobutyric acid, which cause the calmness and the relaxation of hormones, reduces anxiety, stress levels, and regulate sleep. Diba? Ang dami.
So imagine all these hormones
Coming into play.
Going around your body just so we can have that pleasure.
Oo.
We can have that like happiness.
Desire.
Yes, the sense of well-being, di ba?
Oo.
So, when we discuss all these hormones, there's a specific hormone for each emotion, di ba? So, like you mentioned dopamine, your norepinephrine, hindi yan lahat magsisikret.
Yes.
So,
Di sabay-sabay.
specific,
Oo.
specific na meron kang emotions. And do you know that oxytocin is also a hormone which is in pregnant women,
Pregnant
di ba?
women.
Parang, if I'm not mistaken, yun yung nagpapakontract ng uterus.
Uterus, oo.
And so, oxytocin din ang responsible din, di ba? When it comes to, achieving the
Yes.
rurok ng kaligayahan.
Yeah. Orgasm.
Yes.
Pero when you look at it, when you see it, the cycle of the hormones coming into play is very significant and very aligned. Hindi naman siya at one point na nagra-rush. Parang ang gulo-gulo. Pero unting-unti. Parang unti-unti, pataas ng pataas. Kagaya na sinabi mo, hanggang sa rurok ng kaligayahan, di ba?
Tapos yung when you say kasi desire, different categories din siya eh. Kasi when you see somebody that you're attracted to,
Yeah.
kasi the word like, you can just like a toy, you like a bag. Or when you say you like a person, most of the time, this is physical attraction muna.
Exactly.
Susunod niyan, pag nakilala mo na siya, you like him as a person na. And then later on, nandyan na yung, let's face it, nandun na yung desire, di ba? So, kaya nga there's this what they say na, in love ka ba? Hindi, in lust lang ako.
Parang
Diba?
yung emotions mo, Dale, will come into the last part of, wherein it's a culmination of your desire, your physical attraction. And yung sinabi mo, na-mention mo, baka last lang yun.
Oo. So, everybody should know that the desire, it begins in our brain. So, lahat yan. Yung 5 na senses mo, magsisignal yan sa brain to produce all these hormones. So, it's a mix of biology and psychology. So, it's both physical and emotional, not just hormones. So, everything yan, para ma-achieve mo nga yung gusto mo.
Diba? Ang hirap.
Oo.
Hindi naman mahirap, pero at least makikita mo how the cycle goes, no?
Yes.
It's not a matter of like when you see something, gusto mo na, tapos na. Hindi eh.
So, pero talagang it boils down na it all starts in the brain.
Yes.
The brain controls everything. Oo, kung ano man ang gusto niya i-secrete na hormone para magbigay sa iyo ng certain emotion, sa brain talaga lahat yan. And you know what stimulates the brain? Yung 5 senses mo.
Exactly.
Sight, smell, taste,
Touch.
hear, and most importantly, nociception or touching, di ba?
I like that, the touching. Syempre, kagaya na sinabi mo, Dale, the brain is very significant, no? And the brain also has a reward system. So when all your neurotransmitter systems are on the go and on hype, you have a reward system. Anong ibig sabihin ng reward system? So it lights up when the feel or the feeling of pleasure and affection and its intimacy is already there. Di ba? Parang ganun na siya eh. So parang reward yan eh. So ibig sabihin, if all the hormones are up na, ano na? Di ba parang ganun? Ano nang gagawin mo? So itong reward system, feeling ko, Adela, correct me if I'm right, so parang ito na, parang i-reinforce niya, sasabihin niya, so this feeling is good, this feeling is right, sige na, do it.
Kaya nga, kung halimbawa nandyan na si dopamine, but it doesn't mean na kahit nandyan na si dopamine, pero hindi, that particular feeling is not making you feel good. Hindi. Kaya nga, ang sa dopamine kasi, yung signal ng brain, if this particular experience feels good, gusto ko ulitin. Parang like tasting a certain kind of chocolate. Masarap tong chocolate na to. Ito ang susunod kong bibilhin. Parang ganon eh.
Tama ka dyan.
Diba?
And therefore, your intimacy becomes meaningful because the brain rewards bonding. Diba? So, ganun talaga yun eh. So, kagaya na sinabi mo, Dale, significantly, your dopamine will give you some sort of a happy pleasure, a happy sense of well-being. Then if you take effect, then what is the reward that will be given to you by the brain? Sabi na, yes, it is okay. It can be done.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
ipagpatuloy mo.
Ipagpatuloy mo yan. Tama ka dyan ang ginagawa
And then,
mo. Diba?
magka-cascade na ang secretion of all the other hormones. Eventually, pupunta na tayo dun sa ating happy hormone called serotonin, di ba?
So,
Lahat yan dapat
papunta na
nakakalik.
tayo sa ano.
Doon, yes. Naglilink talaga lahat yan.
So, importante siya talaga, no? So, it doesn't say na one is of different, one is of the superior to the others, but they are intertwined in the sense that they will later on give us the love language that we have.
That we need.
That we need.
That we want to express. So, all these hormones play a big part talaga.
Siyempre, lagi natin sinasabi, ang dopamine gives us what? Words of affirmation. Diba? So, yun ang mga love language.
Pogi mo.
Uy.
Ang ganda-ganda mo.
Totoo ba?
Sexy mo. Totoo yun, pogi ka. Pero ibig sabihin, di ba?
Oo,
parang,
yan.
alam mo, a little compliment goes a long way.
Happy,
Kahit may type ka na chick, tapos medyo snabera, pag sinabi mo, sobrang ganda ka. Siyempre, kahit papaano, magbibigay yun, magsisikret ng konting dopamine yun doon sa babae. Imbis na sasabihin niya no, may konti siyang maybe. Di ba? Kasi importante yung words of affirmation.
Yes, tama ka dyan. So, ang sabi natin, di ba, maliban sa dopamine, Dale?
Quality time. Yung ibig sabihin, you will parang delegate a certain time na you will spend time with each other, bibigyan mo siya ng, sasabihin kasi na, ay, wala siyang panahon sa akin eh.
Hindi siya nag-e-effort. Tawag ba yun?
Pero kung meron namang panahon siya sa akin, pareho lang na kami nasa cellphone. So, hindi yan quality time.
Ito ba, Dale, sinasabi na, pag gusto mo, gagawin mo?
Hindi. Pag gusto mo, may paraan. Pag ayaw mo, maraming
so, parang
dahilan.
ganun yun.
Oo. Pero yung kasi, in that particular time, yung meron ka nang yung willing ka na to spend quality time or give quality time to the person that you like, dalawang hormones na yon, dopamine at saka norepinephrine yon.
Yes, I think that's very, very important. That's especially for women na pag when you're in the courting stage, no? If the individual comes in very often, nafe-feel mo talaga yung parang yung sincerity.
Yung sinasabing may panahon siya for me. Yon. Pero yun nga, ang quality time, it should be defined na you're into each other.
Okay.
Hindi yung, pupunta siya sa akin, pero pagdating doon, nasa cellphone lang naman siya, hindi quality time yan.
Ay, gano'n. Tatapon mo yung cellphone.
Yes.
Ayaw mo yun.
Ayaw.
Oo. Pero ito na. Pero pag may touchy-touchy na, hinawakan ka.
Yan na yung exciting part.
Oo. Kamay lang kamay muna, yung mga ganun. Oo.
May kuryente na.
Oo. So,
anong hormone yon?
Oxytocin.
Yun.
So, kailangan maramdaman mo na yon.
Yes, yung spark of joy, kumbaga.
Pero pag yung tipong Dale, pag dumalaw siya, malapit, tapos umuurong-urong ka pa, wala pa yun.
Wala yun. Wala nga spark of joy. Wala yun. Hindi ka nagsisikret ng hormone na yun. Wala walang kilig So, yung acts of service, alam mo ba yun?
So, ibig sabihin,
willing akong gawin ito para sa'yo. Ipagluluto kita. Ipaglalaba kita.
Ay, ganun. Umaabot ng ganun?
Luluhod ako sa harap mo.
Wow, ganun.
Alam mo na yun.
Diba?
So, pag willing
parang
kang
palali
gawin
na palali. So, ibig sabihin, pag pwede ka nang sumama sa akin,
doesn't follow pa rin. Kailangan magpakita ka pa rin ng acts of service. Pag sinabi ko na para sa'yo, iswallow ko.
Wow! So, yan ginagawa ng dopamine.
Dopamine
sinasabi ko na nga yan. Ayan na nga. Oo. Pinaka-happy talaga yung dopamine. So, after doing that, you become selfless, self-service to you. Then, you will be receiving gifts. So, anong gift yun?
Gifts yun can
gift
be
of life?
No. It can be a form of anything. In any form yun. Like, pwede siyang material.
Flowers.
Pwede siyang material things. And pwede rin siyang in kind.
In kind.
Yes. Pwede kang mag-give. Pwede ka din mag-receive.
Diba? Natatakot ako baka sinasabi.
Huwag kang matakot kasi nga nandito tayo because kailangan we should openly discuss this.
But sometimes, the individual sa sobrang yung taas na ng dopamine, even they will give their self. Diba?
Oo, ganun. Wala.
Yung
Kasi pag
buong-buo
once,
na yun,
ano na yun eh. Alam mo, those hormones are what we call as our natural drugs natin yan
Yes.
That will give us a sense of well-being. It gives us a natural high.
Yes.
These are hormones na sinisikret natin. Hindi natin kailangan ng mga external na mga drugs na yan.
And
Kasi
when they
oo.
are on the level of high yung intensity, you
Oo.
cannot control them.
hindi na. Basta ang secret lang dyan, Joseph, hanapin mo yung tamang tao.
Ayun.
Oo, na magbibigay sa'yo ng, magpapasikret sa'yo ng
Ng-
lahat ng hormones na
ng
yun.
dopamine, serotonin,
Epinephrine,
lahat,
norepinephrine. Oo,
Saka
lahat yun.
ganun.
Oo,
Ay.
pag lahat yan, Joseph,
Ano mangyari?
explosive yun.
Bombastic.
So, yeah,
Dahil
so,
dyan.
malaking bagay din dyan because
Oo.
hindi lang tulong ka kagad, sugod ka kagad,
Oo.
hindi. Very important also, yung when biology meets behavior. So doon na makikita na you have to be compatible with the person you want to spend time with, you want to express your
Exactly, oo.
intimacy with. So, ang sexual compatibility kasi, it's not only what the body wants, it's also how two people communicate.
We've been
Importante
talking,
yun,
we've been talking
oo.
about
Ano ang gusto
communication,
nyo?
oo.
Ano ang gusto ng partner mo? Ano ang gusto mo? And also, how you want your partner to do it to you or what your partner, halimbawa, gusto niya nagro-role-playing itong kanyang may
Mag-a-anime.
susote. Oo, tapos or siya, magiging fireman, di ba?
Oo, di ba?
Oo, tapos biglang paghubad niya ngayon, doon na lalabas si expectation versus reality.
Pero masaya.
Masaya pa rin
Because
ang
importante.
communication.
And role-playing.
Oo,
is
kasi
important.
hindi naman yan sa pang
Exactly,
physical na
oo.
attributes lang siya
Oo.
So, compatibility depends on complementary love languages.
Yes.
Oo, pag halimbawa ito, gusto niya binumura siya, sasagutin niya siya ng mura
Oo.
din. Ang love language na nila
Masaya
yun.
yun. Masaya yun.
Depende
hindi
kasi kung anong gusto
agreeable
nyo.
di ba? Oo.
Tapos meron naman yung iba gusto binibaby sila. Ganon, di ba? So, it boils down to your compatibility with each other. Tapos yung feeling mo na emotionally safe ka.
Yes.
Oo, na hindi ka babalahurain.
I like
unless gusto mo.
Oo.
Tapos yung honest conversations, it's very important also, Joseph. Kasi yung right from the start, alam mo yung ginugood time ka lang, alam mo na ginugoyo ka lang, hindi yun maganda kasi hindi ka matuturn on.
Oo.
But when you know that the person is sincere and you're having an honest conversation, my God, that's a big turn on also to to both of you. Oo, na right from the start, parang sincere na yung conversations nyo, it should
There
be
is
honest.
trusting.
Trust is very important. And yung honest
Exactly.
conversations, it should also reflect what you want, what your partner wants. You should be mindful of each other's wants and
Yes.
satisfaction. So yun.
Yan ang, nako, talaga naman. Tama, mga sinabi mo talaga, Dale, talagang nakakadibdib. Compatibility isn't found.
If it's not found,
Yes, you build it, you establish it. This is why communication is key. Paulit-ulit na natin communication.
So, talagang
What you
keywords
like,
doon.
I like, we share,
Oo.
diba? And that's the key.
Okay.
So, when we come back, we'll discuss some case studies on tonight's subject.
ASEAN Time. Bahagi ng ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community Initiative ang mas madaling travel at cultural exchange. Visa-free travel sa ASEAN countries? No problem! Mas madali nang bumiyahe sa Southeast Asian countries at dahil dito, mas naipaparamdam natin ang hospitality sa mga turista. With community-based tourism, mas naipapakita natin ang ganda ng lokal na pamumuhay, pagkain at kultura habang tumutulong sa mga komunidad. Tampok ang Pilipinas sa ASEAN Cultural Festivals. Bit-bit ang ating musika, sayaw at sining na nakikilala sa buong rehiyon. Mayroon ding student at teacher exchanges para sa academic at cultural learning. Bilang bahagi ng ASEAN, the future is bright for Filipinos. In food, culture, tourism, travel, and more. Kaya abangan at suportahan ang 2026 ASEAN Summit na gaganapin sa Pilipinas. It's ASEAN Time!
Doc, true ba?
May health question ka ba na gustong masagot?
True ba na nakakahawa through close contact ang lupus?
Doc, true po ba na kapag nag-swimming ay mas at risk magkaroon ng ear infection?
Samahan sila Doc Sel Martinez at Jerome Sang na masagot ang inyong mga katanungang pangkalusugan sa Doc, True ba? Tuwing Sabado alas 8 ng umaga. Araw-araw, tutukan ang mga maiinit na talakayan. Subaybayan ang mga diskusyon ng mga usaping napapanahon. Silipin ang mga ipinapasang mga panukalang batas na may direktang epekto sa ating araw-araw na buhay. Kilalanin ang bawat kinatawan na may tungkuling magtaguyod ng kapakanan ng kanilang nasasakupan. Congress TV, Lunes hanggang Linggo.
Welcome back to Naked Minds. We will now listen to the stories of people navigating desires, frustration, and the mind's effect on intimacy. Dito yan sa ating segment na Naked Notes. And to help us address this with us tonight is a very well-known psychiatrist. Magkakukonta, Doktora. She's a diplomate from the Philippine Psychiatric Association. Welcome to the show, Dr. Therecia Mae Chavez.
Hi,
Welcome,
good evening
Dr.
po, Dr.
Therese.
Thank you po.
Okay, parang ka-level ko lang siya, pero ano siya, mga Gen Z millennial. So, Doktora will be talking talking about and listening to some naked notes.
Of
Okay,
course,
let's
Doc.
go for the first one.
As a girl na mataas ang sex drive, ang hirap talaga kapag LDR kayo. Hindi ka masatisfy kahit gustong-gusto mo na. COCs or SOPs are just not for me. So, Doc, what can I do to satisfy myself kahit na LDR kami?
So, a sexual act kasi, it's supposedly a mutually satisfying action or like it's an act done together. But in this case kasi, like in the physical absence of the partner, self-stimulation can be done as an adaptive na response to situations like this. Okay? So masturbation, as we would know it, no, there's nothing wrong with that. To stimulate oneself, no, given nga na a sexual act is supposedly pleasurable, not just to the partner, but to the self as well. So in this case, no, parang to adapt na rin to her needs. In this case, kasi LDR, no, the partner can be there physically. Self-stimulation in the form of masturbation can be done. Okay? And sa panahon ngayon, there are actually products to help her with that. And, masturbation, it's a very touchy topic eh. Parang many would say na baka may mga mental illness that would come from it. Myths like it could decrease sexual appetite or desire. There is no found evidence to back these myths. Okay, so it's not true na it can decrease sexual appetite or it will affect a relationship negatively. No, so that's not true. So in this case, LDR, these things, self-stimulation or masturbation can be a good way to adapt.
It's okay.
Yeah,
but I
that's
think, Doktora, no, like yung mga long-distance relationship, no, the problem with this would be so much comforting later on in doing this, even on videos or chat. Baka maging frequent at when the person becomes confronting now or when your partner comes to life, di ba? Andyan na siya.
Okay.
Baka hindi mo na magawa. Is that a problem later on?
Hindi naman, Doc. Itong masturbation when done mag-isa,
Mm-mm.
okay lang din naman yan.
Or frequently, right?
Frequently, wala namang problema yan. Actually, there are some situations that the partners will do it in parallel. Hiwalay sila. For like, as we know, some disease conditions, infectious disease conditions would not permit yung talagang contact mismo. In parallel, they do it. No? Self-stimulating, tas parallel, magkasama pa rin sila. If at some point, like for example, our the one asking this question ngayon, ano ba? Physically, andyan na yung partner. And siguro baka manibago siya for the longest time she's been doing it.
Baka kasi, doktora, to interrupt you, kasi parang, I have to do my self-stimulation first before we do the actual act. Baka maging ganun because of the frequency of doing it in a long-distance manner. Hindi kayo magkaroon ng problemang ganun.
Well, in that case, no, since supposedly ikaw and yung partner mo yung nagbe-benefit from the act, dapat may magandang communication on how you would want to do things. Okay, remember, a sexual act is supposedly walang guilt dapat yan. It should be pleasurable for both.
Nor barrier or
walang
limitation.
Barriers or limitations. So dapat maganda pa rin. Una, tigit sa lahat, you communicate. How do we go about it? No?
Yes, so that's very important. Okay, then we go to our second note.
Before, I was active in hookups and had a high sex drive. Mabilis din ako masatisfy, but now I'm taking antidepressants. Parang wala na akong interest in sexual activities. Hindi na rin ako na-turn on. I'm worried that I will not satisfy my future partner. Doc, mababalik po kaya ang sex drive ko?
While it's true, no, kasi a sexual act, it's a psychophysiological response talaga siya. So not just the psyche, physiologically, chemically, they come into play, no? So baseline, no, serotonin, when made more available, could really affect yung sexual desire, no, the libido. While dopamine naman, another major player, no, sa mga neurotransmitter hormones natin, increase of that could also increase the appetite in a way, no? So ngayon, with antidepressants kasi making serotonin more available, maapektuhan talaga, no? One thing about this is you really have to be honest with your therapist, with your psychiatrist. You have to tell them what's going on kasi a lot of times, they keep it to themselves. In this way, no, we could add adjunct to the medications or probably adjust the dose. It doesn't have to be permanent, okay? Basta you just be honest, ito po yung nararanasan ko, and then we can make the necessary recalibration of your treatment. Okay? And it's not just the medications. It's also possible kasi that you're just at the beginning of treatment, andyan pa yung mga depressive symptoms, ganyan. So probably it's also the mental health condition speaking at that point. No? So it's an interplay of many factors, but the baseline would be, you'll have to be honest with your psychiatrist.
Exactly.
Right?
This is the thing that I have, Dr. Tere, in my clinics, no? Even in males. No? That's why prolonged antidepressant or yung taking of sleeping pills, they tend to have problems already in the libido and erectile dysfunction. So these are the things that I see in my clinic and especially in my male patients. So I think what you're saying is true also, that we have to bear in mind and to take a look at how much of the antidepressant later on, and we don't like to be in a chronic mode of management, no? Especially causing problems of our libido and our desires later on. Yun. Okay. So, I want to ask you with regards to a while ago, before we go on live, di ba, yung sexual anxiety. Is there a thing as sexual anxiety? Because one is like, okay, you're so anxious, you're so emotionally unconditioned because your partner might look at you as differently, like you're fat, you're not as good, you do not look as fit as ever. So is there a thing as sexual anxiety that will cause problems later on to your sexual function?
Well, yun nga, being psychophysiological siya, minsan our emotional state, mood state could really affect the way we carry out that act, no? The sexual act. It can affect that. Now, we will ask, saan galing yung negative self-image? Saan galing yung biglang takot over something that is supposedly pleasurable? So, doon papasok na yun, no? So, probably not just anxiety per se. It's a lot of things, but probably this is something we can look into. Saan galing yun, di ba?
Saan nanggagaling?
Yeah, because it's supposedly pleasurable, gratifying. So, bakit nag-hold back?
Okay. So, meron tayong mga sinasabi na Doktora Tere na parang, okay, like what we mentioned, one of our naked notes na antidepressant. Do you advise prolonged usage of this? Or they need to do more psychiatric tests? Do you advise that they stop if they feel that this is affecting their sexual function?
All right. Syempre, yung length of treatment would always be dependent on the symptoms presenting. That's why follow-up consults that are regular are very important when we're treating mood conditions or any mental health condition. So, we will know at what point nasa na tayo sa treatment. Okay? Do we taper down on the meds and go more for the psychotherapy? So, there are different arms of treatment. Like, the biological armamentarium, gamot, ganyan.
When you say, Dr. Tere, psychotherapy, means more of counseling?
The talk therapy, yes, Doc. Parang a more in-depth na discussion on the emotions, how are we coping with things? Because as psychiatrists, as much as we also do psychotherapy, no, but we're responsible mainly on the medications, yung biological aspect of a mental health condition. We can do naman psychotherapy, but a more in-depth one yan yung talk therapy, counseling.
I think that's one thing that is nice because when you do psychotherapy, it's more non-medicated in form. But the thing is, your patients might not want all talk.
Yeah.
Alam mo na yung pasyente natin, Doktora, you have to give me something.
Yes, that's
you have to
true.
give me something. So, I think prolong of that may create something that will affect your sexual function. No? So, do you believe that a combination or a monotherapy of a lot of drugs, no, especially antidepressant or something else, can really bring down your libido in the future?
It can affect libido. Definitely, as I said, the levels of like serotonin, dopamine, the interplay of these neurotransmitter hormones can really affect sexual functioning. That's why, as psychiatrists, we don't just address the biological aspect of a mental health condition. That's just like tip of the iceberg pa lang eh. We still have the psychological aspect, so that that will be the talk therapy. The social aspect, the support system, we cover these areas as well. So that's why, although may medications, hindi lang tayo yun lang.
But do you address the adverse effect of the antisuppressive, depressive drug, like to counter the effect?
Yes, definitely. We can give mga adjunct na medications or probably consider a different na dun sa line lang naman yun. Kasi the more notorious ones would be what we call the SSRIs. But you have other families pa of antidepressants. Siguro kung na-experience yun and naging problem talaga for the patient, and if the patient is honest with us, pwede naman namin palitan.
Yes. So, like what we were saying, like what can couples do if they are now inclined to medications, diba? They or their partner has problems with libido or mental health. Okay, do you advise them to go for psychotherapy initially or give them medications?
Depende, Doc, sa symptoms. That's one. Now, what do we address? Kung, well, for one, like immediate concern among us psychiatrists is the suicidality of the patient.
Yes.
When one partner would be presenting that, then definitely we need medications for that. But more than the individual therapy, kasi we're looking at couples already, baka may mga issues din sila individually and as a couple. So probably that's also something that can be addressed. So depende po sa symptoms and the concerns that are presented.
Kasi later on, that would be problems of connectivity of the couples.
Yes.
When you say connectivity, parang how do you address later on how they relate to the problem?
Yes.
Kasi baka the guy or the female doesn't understand why the partner is taking antidepressants. and taking antidepressant in the eventually they will have less of the libido and the functions decreases, no? So I think there should be an understanding at that point.
Yes, communication as well. You have to be honest with your partner that, I'm going through this, I'm taking medications for this. I think that will be helpful then to help the other person understand. Kasi, for example, for those who will keep it to themselves, now the partner will not have an idea na, you're going through this pala.
Yes.
Is it the mental health condition speaking or yung meds na ba? Their partner has to know.
So kailangan understood yan ng both. Usually, Dr. Tere, we have myths. And one of the myths that we have is like yung physical attributes, diba? Like, there are some individuals who look at themselves as, you're Adonis, you have to be muscled, you have to be this height, and okay. And of course, women tends to be beautiful. Like, okay. So, do you think that this will be a problem later on also? That if they figuratively will think that physical is more important than the emotional aspect of it.
Oh, okay. Sige, in terms of intimacy po, Doc, no? So, it also involves the psyche, hindi lang siya yung appearance, no? Although I understand self-image is very important to many of us.
Right.
But you also have to understand na we go beneath what's presented to us, no? We don't just engage naman ng physical lang, all right? So, we have to go beyond that. And then, if ever there are challenges in perceiving oneself in a positive light, probably we can try again to investigate. Why does it get into the way of intimacy? Diba, wala namang nakaset.
But most of the time, diba, Tere, you have to agree, diba? How would you get aroused emotionally agad? Diba, more or less physical, diba?
Yeah, that's true.
Before you're discussing about intimacy,
the
diba?
physical stimuli is very important.
Physical muna tayo, then you get aroused and you get attracted. Hindi naman sabi, I think your emotions are so good. I got aroused.
That's true.
Diba, right?
Yeah, that's true.
What can you say about that?
Well, that's true, no? Physical stimuli is really part of the act. Actually, you see something first, you feel something first before you get to the arousal, the tension, these things, no? In terms of the set image, kasi especially in the light of social media, may nakadictate you're supposed to look like that. Look like this, ganito, ganyan.
Yes.
But aside from all that, we also have to, that is also counted, no? Kasi the physical attraction, hindi naman nawawala yun, no? But
sometimes society dictates.
Yeah. I think it would help then to be probably to be kinder and accept that, there are different forms of beauty. All right? Different forms of beauty, hindi lang naman nakaset. You have to be maskulado and all. Individually, probably, what would beauty be for me? It all begins kasi with how one would really see yung image niya, no?
Yeah.
Although may dictates ang social media, medyo maingay yung social media, no?
Yes.
They'll tell you you're supposed to be looking like this. These things, no? Well, physical stimuli, physical attraction, that's important as well. But at some point, you really have to go beyond that, no?
But you were a while ago explaining about a lot of neurotransmitters, right? Serotonin, dopamine, and we have others, no?
A lot, actually.
A lot, no?
A lot.
Then, are these very, very significant later on for the sexual arousal going to intimacy? Because I think intimacy, correct me if I'm right, Doctora, it's a bit of the late stage because there should be attraction.
Yes.
Then you should be aroused in a bit to engage, then to have the sexual contact and the intimacy, the level of that.
All right. So, in terms of levels of intimacy, probably doon papasok ngayon yung what you call yung attachment to the individual. Kasi in the books, attachment is that connection, that bond that goes beyond space and time even. In the books, it's defined as that. No? So, surface level lang yung attraction.
Yes.
If you go deeper, how we see the person, doon na papasok yung emotional factors, no? Hindi lang naman yung contact yan, no? So that attachment, that bond that you form with the person, that's also important.
So at the end of the day, superficial.
Yeah. Kasama
is
siya,
not that
pero hindi siya, it will not sustain you.
Not sustain. Okay, that's it, no? Dr. Tere, thank you
Maraming
again
salamat
for
po.
gracing our show. Do you have any social media accounts that you want to promote, like FB, YouTube, Twitter, or hospitals that they can look for you?
Alright po. So wala pa ng vlog, but I'm available and now serving po. I have my online clinic there, and then if they will check my page, they will also see the physical clinics that I have, no? And I'm also on Instagram, Dr. Chavez Psychiatry, so they can check me out there po.
Ayan. Hospitals?
Oh, I practice po in Rizal, in Therecia, Therecia Hospital. So, andun po ako. Also in Divine Mercy Psychiatric Facility, I'm also there, no? So those are my physical clinics. They can check me out there.
Ayan. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Therecia Chavez. So, guys, we will give you doctor's orders when Naked Minds return.
Hindi pwede rito ang lamok. Madali nating maiiwasan ng dengue kung susundin natin ang tamang mga paraan. Narito ang mga simpleng paraan para iwas tayo sa dengue. Una, tanggalin at linisin ang pwedeng pamugaran ng lamok. Takpan ang mga water drums at pails para hindi maimbakan ng tubig. Linisin din ang mga alulod at alisin ang mga dahon at dumi na pwedeng pag-ipunan ng tubig. Maglagay ng screen sa mga bintana at pintuan. At huwag kalimutan, itapon ang mga gamit na hindi na magagamit tulad ng lata, bote at jar na pwedeng pamugaran ng lamok. Ikalawa, protektahan ang sarili. Magsuot ng mahahabang pantalon at long sleeve na damit, lalo na kapag lalabas ng bahay. Gumamit din ng insect repellent ng regular para maiwasan ang kagat ng lamok. Ikatlo, magpakonsulta agad. Kung ikaw ang iyong pamilya ay may lagnat na tumatagal ng higit sa 2 araw o may ibang sintomas ng dengue, huwag nang maghintay na lumala ito. Magpakonsulta agad sa doktor. Panghuli, fogging. Oo, fogging. Pero tandaan, magpa-fogging lang kapag may outbreak o hotspot ng dengue sa inyong lugar. Hindi ito pang araw-araw, kundi pang laban lamang sa malalaking kaso ng dengue. Maging ligtas sa dengue, kaibigan. Payo mula sa IBC 13.
Abangan ang talakayan ng mga kabataang may talino, may tapang at may puso.
Lahat ng mga estudyante ay may karapatan sa pag-aaral.
Naiintindihan namin yon. Pero ang tanong, feasible ba yung pinapropose ninyo?
Ang tinig ng kabataan, ating pakinggan dahil ang bawat argumento may punto. Kasama sina Faith Santiago, Princess Jordan at Kuya Jude Asidre. Balitaktakan, tinig ng kinabukasan tuwing Sabado, alas 6 ng hapon, dito sa IBC 13 at Congress TV. Pangarap mong maging milyonaryo? Sa PCSO Lotto, magkakatotoo. Mas pinasaya, mas pinabongga, mas pinalaki ang mga jackpot prizes. Araw-araw ang bola, kaya more chances of winning sa PCSO Lottery Draws. Lunes hanggang Linggo, tuwing 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m.
Welcome back to
Naked Minds.
What can be our takeaways sa ating discussions kanina, Joseph? Well, healthy sex begins with a healthy brain, and that means taking care of your whole self.
Here are some science-backed ways to keep your mind and body connected.
So when it comes to mind, prioritize rest. Very important. Sleep resets your dopamine and serotonin levels. So, importante yan.
Kaya ka rin matulog.
Ha?
Kahit na masaya ka after doing.
Kailan mo pa rin matulog? After ng saya.
Oo, diba?
Kailangan mag-rest kasi kailangan mag-secrete ka uli ng serotonin tsaka dopamine. And then, second is, you should manage stress. So, alam mo, stress-free life is impossible. So, what we can advise lang to people is, lessen your stress. Ile-lessen mo lang yung stress. You don't need to, first of all, tanggalin mo yung mga stress sa buhay mo. Tanggalin mo mga taong nagkaka-stress sa'yo. Basta bawasan mo lang. Hindi necessarily na sasabihin mo na I want a stress-free life because it's very impossible. And then, seek therapy when needed. So, understanding your mind helps you love better. True. Because pag marami kang hang-ups, madami kang baggage, you can never be happy because that will always be parang occupy your mind and it's like stops you from being happy. Yes. A hindrance yan to achieving happiness.
So when it comes to body health, ito na dapat natin gawin, Dale, no? Exercise regularly. Of course, because it boosts your endorphins and blood flow. Di ba kaya nga gine-exercise?
And do you know that the American Joint Council for Cancer, parang they're advising na 30 hours of 6 hours of exercise per week. Yung sense of well-being mo, mas maganda, happy. Mas happy ka, mas medyo elated ka, hindi ka depressed. And also, it prevents from the development of any form of cancer by 30%. Exercise.
So, you include your brisk walking, walking, jogging, as exercise, biking,
or any sport that you want to engage in.
So, importante yan. And of course, you have to eat for your brain. Ano ibig sabihin? Hindi mo kainin ng brain mo. Ibig sabihin, kailangan to nourish, pakainin mo ng important nutrients like your omega-3s, hydration and balanced meal, improve moods, and performance. So, pag yan, maganda yan, na ano mo yan, na even your brain needs to be nutrient.
It should
sufficient.
Be nourished.
Also.
Nangangailangan din yun.
Oo naman. Kasi, ibig sabihin, Dahil gamit ka ng gamit, pinipiga mo, pinapaano mo na yung intelligence mo, okay lang, tama ba to? Tama ba ginagawa ko? Is my pleasure correct?
Tapos, hindi mo siya dinidiligan.
Hindi mo dinidiligan. Ano mangyayari? Diba? Okay. Then limit alcohol and smoking because they dull arousal and disrupt sleep.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God.
Alam mo yan as a urologist kung anong effect ng alcohol.
Oo, di ba? Di ba, Edie? Ayan, sinabi na.
Kasi it both affects the smoking and drinking alcohol.
Yes.
So, something to do with the blood flow.
Yes.
Yan. So, most of the correct me if I'm wrong, no, na most of the causes of erectile dysfunction is yung alcoholism
because of
and
vascular
smoking.
occlusion and all those stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, it's not only parang puro lang tayo sa parang physical na yung ganun. So, coming from the part we should also take care of ourselves.
Siguro the best thing that they can do, Dale, is if they cannot limit it, is do social drinking. Social na lang.
Okay din naman.
Painom-inom naman, diba?
Because
that's very
alcohol
good.
is also a little bit of alcohol every day. You know, in Europe, that's why they always include wine in their meals. Diba? In their meal.
Keeps
because
them young.
A little bit of alcohol, it will promote vasodilatation. So
cardiovascular.
Cardiovascular circulation is very good. It promotes good cardiovascular circulation. Sa Tagalog, maganda ang daloy sa ating mga organ, including down there, para maganda din ang function. Yes.
And ito na.
Okay, so when your brain is tired, your body follows. So if you want intimacy, start by nurturing rest, not just romance. Importante.
Kailangan
kasi,
pahinga ka, di ba?
kasi sasabihin, the
Pahinga
mind is willing but the flesh is not. Kasi pagod na eh. So kailangan alagaan mo talaga yung katawan mo.
So hindi rin pwedeng kakatapos kalabit ka na naman, tapos
hindi, depende
naman,
yan sa depende sa edad, depende sa partner.
Okay. Anyway, so some closing thoughts natin, of course, for tonight. We have a very, very great discussion.
Ay,
And our
masaya,
guest
masaya.
was really remarkable. We underscored the fact that desire isn't just physical, it's psychological, chemical, and emotional.
Oh, yes. And sometimes the problem isn't in the body, it's in the brain, and that's okay. Understanding that helps us approach intimacy with empathy. Kasi alam mo, yun ang difference din. That's the difference between females and males. Kasi ang males, sometimes, pwede nyo ma-compartmentalize yan eh. Pagdating sa libog-libog. Pero ang babae, habang during intimate moments sila ni husband or ni boyfriend, iniisip na niya yung bayarin. Iniisip na niya bukas maghahanda ako ng pagkain ng mga bata. So, that stops her from being aroused because something blocks the mind. So, importante talaga ang brain function also. Na kailangan clear ang mind, you're ready for it. Kailangan, condition lahat.
Okay. So, tama yan sinabi ni Dave. So, let's stop separating mental health and sexual health. They're part of the same conversation. Agree?
Very much agree. So, because a well-rested, well-loved mind is the sexiest thing of all. Thank you for staying up with us tonight and see you again next Friday here on
Naked Minds!
Yay!